At Loc-Doc Security, our mission is to help you protect your people and your property. And today we're answering a question of how to simplify my security camera system, or how to simplify my security cameras. It'd be an interesting topic to discuss, because I feel like a lot of times when you start talking about security cameras, it can be a bit of a broad topic and maybe a little intimidating for some people.
Yeah, certainly. There's a lot to unwrap. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of pieces, and a lot of options, and I think that paralyzes some people.
Yeah, and I would also add to that a lot of times security integrators overcomplicate it.
Yeah,
right. So
absolutely.
Let's break that down a little bit and see how it can simplify. Because at the end of the day, I just need to be able to see my cameras.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about it. Kind of the way that camera systems used to be versus the way the camera systems are today, and what is the kind of the buzzword that everybody's using now.
Yeah. So the thing that a lot of our customers see, and a lot of the words we use that maybe we say, hey, maybe these customers don't understand what we're talking about right off the bat. Yeah. Cloud-based. Yeah. So cloud-based is something that is a term that's thrown around all the time nowadays. Basically refers to a camera system that can be accessed through the web. Yeah. So it's not on site. Older camera systems, you probably heard the term DVR, meaning a digital video recorder. Yep. Would be on site. So it's basically the cameras are feeding that footage to a DVR that's on site, and in order to view that footage, you have to go to the DVR specifically. Which would pose a bit of a complicated scenario sometimes, and again, making that more complicated. So if I need to see the footage, I have to physically go there. Yep. So a cloud-based system gives you the flexibility to not only view the camera feed live and passed from any device with a web browser, but you can also give people access to those cameras, more than one person at a time. So you can see the live video from practically anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection, but you can also play back recorded video from practically anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. Absolutely. So we were talking about this and trying to understand the process. Are you familiar with the old school method of Netflix? Oh yeah, absolutely. For a short period of time, I actually had it. So I remember. I probably still have a Netflix DVD somewhere that I forgot to send back. But you probably got charged for that. Probably. But they would send you a DVD in this little red envelope, right? Yep. And you would watch it, and it was great because you could access those, or maybe it was Redbox or whatever, where you could, but you had to physically have that DVD to watch it. And if you wanted to see it, if I had that DVD and you wanted to see it, I had to let you borrow it. Exactly. Right? So then it was in your possession and I couldn't access it. Yep. So there created some limitations there. What has changed from a Netflix model now that makes it a little easier or simplified? Yeah, so obviously Netflix saw the market changing and saw new opportunities open up. So they went to an entire web-based system. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think, I highly doubt they even mail out any CDs anymore. They don't have that option, I'm sure. Or I don't know if anyone still does that. But how would you play it? I don't even know. Exactly. I don't know. Do they still make DVD machines? I don't know. But yeah, so they switched over to an entirely IP-based system. So basically now you can watch Netflix from a smart TV, through a gaming console, and from your phone. Yep. So it really gives you all those capabilities, and also they allow multiple users on the same account, which is how we tie it together, how we relate it to the camera system. Well, and it's also, that, just to kind of be clear, obviously we're not talking about Netflix as a security camera, but understanding the technology there, it also is synchronizing throughout. Sure. So if you sit down on your couch and you start to watch a movie or a show or a documentary on Netflix, and you pause it, and you get up from your couch and you go over to your mobile phone and you open the app, you can pick up at the exact spot where you stopped watching it sitting on your couch. Exactly. Same thing with the security camera system. You're able to synchronize that information across, where I'm watching a video and I say, oh, Eric needs to see this. I can take that and send it directly to you without having to take the DVR, unplug it, and bring it to you and say, you need to see this. Yeah, exactly. Or tell me to get in the car and drive down to the DVR. Yeah. Yeah. So it simplifies the capabilities of where you can see things, and then it is also going to broaden flexibility of new information and expandability. So think of it too, maybe this is trying to bring the analog over to the digital side. If you were to store DVDs, and I know some people that have massive libraries of DVDs, well, you get to a point where you have a limitation of storage capacity. Right? Yeah. You can only keep so many DVDs in that space. Well,
on the Netflix streaming model, like it is now on an Apple TV or whatever, wherever you're watching it, there's no limitation.
Right.
It's an endless scroll.
Yeah, exactly.
So how does that apply to a camera system?
Yeah, so basically you have the ability to view any of that camera footage, basically back as far as you want, as long as you have that cloud retention, you can view that camera footage all the way back. So, and you can, scroll and scroll and scroll until you're a week, 2 weeks back.
Well, and you can keep adding cameras as well. So on the old school model of camera systems, you had a finite amount of inputs without having to either upgrade or multiply.
Sure.
And with a cloud-based system, you can continue to add cameras, and you can really add them wherever you want.
Yeah, pretty much infinitely as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you have the back-end system to support it and the internet connection, yeah, we can add as many as you'd like.
Yep. So some takeaways on this, some things to just be mindful of, how to simplify it. The simplification of a security camera system is the ease of use, really. So whenever there's something that happens, it's how quickly and how easily can I get that information from me to you, or from me to the police or the authorities or whatever.
Yeah.
So simplifying that, how does the cloud help to simplify that process?
Yeah, well, I think we hit it. I mean, basically, I don't have to go to a DVR. If something happens in the middle of the night, I can pull it up from my phone, from my home, from my place of work, wherever I am, anywhere in the world, and I can see that as it happens, or see it just moments after it happens, which is huge. So instead of finding out the next morning that someone's broken into my business or my HOA's pool, I can actually get that footage right then, and I can actually contact the authorities. They might be able to catch them before they've left the building. Yeah.
So, it was interesting, and one last takeaway on this, and one last example of the simplification of this process. In the older process for video, if something happened, if you wanted to go back and find the footage, you typically had to go into a closet, or you had to log into a computer, sit there and scrub through a bunch of footage. This morning, just hours before we're sitting here having this conversation, somebody wanted to see some footage that happened yesterday at our facility. Okay. And they walked into somebody's office and they asked for access to the cameras. They sent them a login on their mobile phone. They were able to download the app, log in, and scrub through the footage from yesterday without having any special knowledge, any special information, and be able to access it and see what was going on. Yeah. That is a true value of simplification. You didn't have to go into the closet and scrub through footage, download stuff. Yeah. You were able to just find it right on your phone and see what exactly you needed to see. Exactly. Yeah, that's a huge value add. Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to find out more about it, there is information listed below, and you can click the links to follow that, read more information about simplifying your security camera systems. And if you want to find out more and get in contact with us so that we can see exactly what solution is going to be best suited for you, well, we invite you to click the link below to connect with us. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.